Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Dear viewers, let us now start the program with the main affairs of the day. The number of water birds is found to be declining in Nepal according to the latest data. There has been a pesticide management and minimization interaction program organized by Agriculture Development Directorate of Lumbini State. 7,500 metric tons of urea fertilizer procured by the government from Bangladesh has arrived at Calcutta port. Plus more. Let us continue the program with rubber cultivation. Rubber is produced by latex found in some species of plants. These plants produce milky liquid that contain the latex. In 2019, the world's highest rubber production was in Thailand with 4.85 million metric tons. The rubber is used in the production of various products including eraser for school-going kids and artists. In Nepal, the rubber cultivation was not very popular before, but recently it is picking up. The Nepali southern land is very productive for the cultivation of rubber and many other crops. Since this crop is a tropical plant, it requires 20 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade. Below 20 degrees could be dangerous for the cultivation of rubber. Girsa Prasad Koirala Foundation has declared the Buddha Shanti Village municipality as Girsa Prasad Koirala Agro-Tourism Rubber Village. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Girsa Prasad Koirala Foundation has declared Buddha Shanti Village municipality as Girsa Prasad Koirala Agro-Tourism Rubber Village. The GP Koirala Foundation has formed, leading the farmers in cultivating rubber plants in Morang, Sunsari, and Chapa districts under the Agro-Tourism Rubber Zone program. The objective is to raise the living standards of farmers through Morang rubber farming and orienting the nation towards prosperity through agro-tourism. The Girsa Prasad Koirala Foundation has declared Buddha Shanti Village as Girsa Prasad Koirala Agro-Tourism Rubber Village with the objective of studying, researching, and promoting rubber crops which are considered profitable in terms of production and income. The announcement was made at a function held at Buddha Shanti 3 in Ideal Model Community Forest on Thursday. Sujata Koirala, Central Chairperson of GP Foundation and leader of Nepali Congress, inaugurated the event. In the program, Koirala said that emphasis should be laid on the program to benefit the farmers as a whole.
जाट लोफा रिसर्चसँग समझदारी गरेका छौं उहाँहरुसँग फाउन्डेसनले संयुक्त रूपमा विभिन्न अनुसन्धानहरू गर्नेछ कृषकहरूलाई प्राविधिक सहयोग गर्नेछ विकास गर्ने महिलाहरूको उन्नतिको लागि के गर्नुपर्छ त्यसको लागि पनि तपाईहरु योजनाहरू बनाइराख्नुस् हामी समय आएपछि हामी त्यो गर्नेछौं.
A memorandum of understanding has been signed between the Girsa Prasad Koirala Foundation and the Institute of Rubber and Jatrofa Research Nepal, USA for research and production of commercial rubber. Tilak Vandari, Executive Director of the Institute, says that 4.5 tons of rubber has been produced annually by cultivating rubber in about 1,000 bighas and is preparing to plant 900,000 rubber seedlings in Nepal.
र हाम्रो 450 टन जति वार्षिक उत्पादन छ र हामीले यसरी आउँगी असार जेठ असारसम्ममा हामीले चाहिँ 3 लाख बिरुवा ल्याउने प्रयास गरेका छौं इन्डियाबाट ल्याएर गर्ने मस्ते राखेर अब 3 वर्षसम्म हामी 9 लाख बिरुवा ल्याएर प्लान्टेसन गर्ने किसिमको उन्नत जातको बिरुवा ल्याएर हामीलाई कुन जात हो हामीलाई थाहा छ गरेर अब इच्छा छ देशलाई आवश्यकता छ देशलाई हामीलाई पुग्दो आफ्नो चाहिँ बजार छ.
The best rubber farmers were honored during the program. According to Sitaram Bastola, Secretary of the Koirala Rubber Village Program and advisor of the Rubber Zone District Committee Chapa, rubber is being cultivated in the ideal community forest area and about 10 hectares of land of Buddha Shanti individually. Giving information that rubber cultivation has also started in Ilam and Morang, Bastola said that demand for saplings has started from Chapa, Morang, Sunsari, Saptari, Udaipur, and Chittagong. According to Vasola, agroforest has been producing rubber saplings by leasing the land of Rangedara government forest in Chapa.
जुन इन्डियाबाट आउने रबर जन्य पदार्थका लागि जुन र हो त्यो र अहिले हामी आफै बनाउँदै छौं त्यो र नै हो बाहिरबाट आउने जुन मेटेरियल्स हो त्यही त्यो बाहिरबाट तयार भएर आउने मेटेरियल्स हामी नै अहिले प्रोडक्ट गर्न थालिसक्यौं भने अब यसको त हामीले आफै नै उत्पादन गरिरहेका छौं अहिले झापामै 2-3 वटा चाहिँ रबर जन्य चीजहरु टायर उद्योगहरु तपाईको गमको उद्योगहरु बन्ने क्रममा छन् अब चाहिँ यो झापाको उत्पादन हुने रबरले चाहिँ एकदम एक छेउ पनि नपुग्ने स्थिति भइसकेको छ अब
An agreement has been reached with the American organization to use the opportunity to create employment for thousands of young people in the country in the event of major economic and social crisis in the world. By conducting more research and commercial production of rubber in the country, raw materials can be made available to about 500 rubber industries permanently in the country. After the news report, let us now talk about water birds. Every creature on earth requires water to survive. Some creatures live in water land and water bodies. As the climate of the world changes and the population of human beings increase, the settlement areas are encroaching the homes of the water birds. This has resulted in decrease in the population of the birds and other animals. In some cases, the birds have died out. This is an indicator that if we as human beings do not clean up our act, we are not far from being extinct ourselves. If there's no good water and good soil to cultivate the food, we do not have much chance. This next report indicates that number of birds is declining in wetlands in Nepal. The number of water birds is found to be declining in Nepal according to the latest data. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The number of water birds is found to be declining in Nepal according to the latest data. Experts have said that the number of birds is declining due to the development and construction of recreation areas around ponds and wetland areas. The recent census of water bird in 14 places in Nepal has shown this. Although the full results of the census have not been obtained, the number of water-dependent birds and water birds has decreased, said bird specialist Hemsagar Baral. Of the 887 species of birds found in Nepal, 9 species have been found extinct. Similarly, 168 species of birds are in critical condition. Out of the total birds found in Nepal, 200 species are dependent on water. After the news report, let us now talk about Subsidy. The subsidy programs around the world help farmers for their loss in business and provide motivation to produce more. It is no different in Nepal. Nepali farmers are provided with different subsidy programs. However, the actual farmers are not getting the subsidy, say many farmers. They're saying that the subsidy is not coming into their business. The government announces a lot of subsidy distribution around the country. It is a mystery where the money goes if the farmers are not getting the money. We saw the sugarcane farmers struggle for 1 year. One sugarcane farmer lost his life while asking for his money. Many got sick during the protest. This next report is on subsidy provision. The center established in Baglung has approved a proposal to provide grants to 221 small and large agriculture farms. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Krishi Kendra Baglung has approved a grant proposal of more than 80 million rupees to the farmers of 10 agriculture projects. According to the Agriculture Knowledge Center Baglung, 221 agriculture farms have been approved in the last 1 year on the basis of non-recipient of grant, investment, and inaccessibility. According to the center, 81.7 million grants have been given to 221 agriculture farms of 10 types of projects. According to the amount of grant received, there is a provision that the farmer has to work 50% or more. It is ready to complete all the plans by May by signing an agreement for the grant immediately. Grants for all schemes range from 1 lakh to 3 lakh rupees. Out of 10 projects selected from all over the district, 20 million for 58 small irrigation schemes, 18 million for 72 small business farms, 48 million for 32 greenhouse projects, 500,000 for 2 fruit nursery, and for resource center projects, 1,050,000 rupees, and 1 million will be provided in 13 schemes for construction of rural houses and gardens. Similarly, 2.5 million will be given to 2 farmers for value chain-based schemes, 8.3 million for 27 schemes for organic agriculture program, 8.3 million for 7 schemes under potato farming special program, and 1.5 million for 6 cluster conservation schemes, said Vadarai, who's the chief of the center. With the implementation of federalism, the disbanded agriculture office was outside the district. The farmers were facing problems due to the distance. But now, with establishment of Agriculture Knowledge Center in the district, the farmers have become very comfortable. After the news report, let us now talk about Interaction Program on Pesticide. We're all aware that pesticides are very harmful to the body of human beings and the entire biomass. The 20th century gave birth to many pesticides to be used in the agriculture to increase the production. The human population keeps multiplying. However, the land that we occupy does not increase. The people use land that is productive for settlements. The intellectuals thought that it was brilliant to invent pesticides. Now the 21st century is 2 decades old. People are in the move for organic food. In Nepal, the government is working on complete organic production within the next 10 years. There has been a pesticide management and minimization interaction program organized by Agriculture Development Directorate of Lumbini State. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. There has been a pesticide management and minimization interaction program organized by Agriculture Development Directorate of Lumbini State. The awareness program, which was held in Butwal, was organized in participation of farmers and stakeholders' farms. In the program, papers were presented by Yam Narayan Devkota, Chief of Agriculture Development Directorate, Butwal, and Kamana Adhikari, who is the crop expert of the directorate. Ram Narayan Devkota enlightened on the matters of pesticide classification, use of pesticide, effect of pesticide, and challenges. In the program, Sridhar Gewali, the Chief Agriculture Development Official from Land Management, Agriculture and Cooperative Ministry, expressed thoughts in the subject matter of pesticide use. He said that more than profit, it is important to use the pesticide according to the health of the citizens. After the news report, let us now look at the unused equipment. In Nepal, we lack education and understanding. We lack training. This is why there has been misunderstanding in the country and new wars break up. We have already arrived at democratic society, yet we're all fighting more. We have all we need, but we have not understood what it means. We have all the equipment required for agriculture. However, the mountains are hard to tame with the modern equipment. There are some handy modern equipment which would make life easier in the mountains. Due to lack of training and neglect, the equipment is not used. Equipment worth over $1 million distributed in Nich Salyan village of Solukhumbu has been unused for 3 years. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Equipment worth over $1 million distributed in Nich Salyan village of Solukhumbu has been unused for 3 years. The turmeric grinding, washing, drying, and weighing equipment distributed by Prime Minister's Agriculture Modernization Project, Ginger Turmeric Zone, is unused. The project had distributed machines to 5 groups in the pocket area with a budget of 1.6 million rupees, out of which small equipment has come into use while large equipment has not been operated due to lack of electricity. Equipment was distributed in 2074 BS to industrialize locally produced turmeric. Due to the neglect of the infrastructure, the equipment has not come into operation even after 3 years of distribution. After the news report, let us now take a small commercial break. Stay with Krishi Television. After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now talk about protest against bees coming from India. We're friends with India as we are open-bordered, yet we also seem to have problems with some things we do not agree on. Even though India has the largest number of organic farms in the world, the Indians are blamed for sending chemical-laden vegetables and grains. Now the beekeepers in Nepal are saying that the beehives from India will upset the Nepali honey business. Is it true that everything that comes from India is of low quality? The Nepali government should think seriously on the matter and investigate the situation. We cannot live in disagreement with the closest neighbor in the world. Why are the governments of the two nations not sitting down and settling the difference? There's always a quarrel. Enough is enough. We should follow the quotation that says, live and let live. Farmers and businessmen of Chittagong have protested against the import of beehives coming from India. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Farmers and businessmen of Chittagong have protested against the import of beehives from India. They said that this would affect the production and industry here. The Central Committee of the Federation of Nepal Beekeepers, the Central Cooperative Union of Nepal Beekeepers, and the Central Beekeepers Association of Nepal have sent a memorandum to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock requesting them not to bring beehives. The two organizations have handed over memorandums to the two secretaries of the ministry, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Animal Service, the Animal Quarantine Division, and the Commercial Pest Development Center. They have handed over a memorandum with reasons for banning beehives. It is said that the beehive brought from India and the antibiotic sulfur used in the frame will enter Nepal and the business will collapse. The organizations have submitted a memorandum demanding to stop the import of 10,000 beehives from India. After the news report, let us now talk about chickens brought under control. The chickens are suffering from bird flu, and the Nepali government has banned the poultry products from India. However, the chickens are brought into Nepal legally. The police have taken these chickens and destroyed them. These kinds of activities cause loss in economy. It is better for the traders to deal with Nepali chickens. A good portion of Nepali economy depends upon poultry business. With corona pandemic this year, there have been difficulties in the poultry industry. Armed police have taken under control broiler chickens brought to Nepal illegally from India. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Armed police have taken under control broiler chickens brought to Nepal illegally from India. Armed police have taken under control 332 chickens brought illegally from various checkposts in Bangi on Wednesday. The recovered chickens have been handed over to Nepalganj by the armed police force. 332 chickens were destroyed by the police, according to Bhakta Nure, the animal scientist at Animal Quarantine Nepalganj, Bangi. Despite the government's ban on importing birds and poultry products from India, there are complaints that a large number of chickens enter Nepalganj on daily basis, says Nure. There's strong scrutiny keeping this problem in view, said Dr. Nure. According to him, a large number of illegal chickens have been taken under control recently due to the increase in the activities of security forces due to bird flu. After the news report, let us now talk about urea fertilizer for Nepal from Bangladesh. Even though the Nepali government is on the move to go organic within the next 10 years, the problem of lack of fertilizer is still solved through chemical fertilizers. It is sad and contradicting to the ideals of the food that the modern world embodies. Some farmers have become dependent on using urea for increasing production. Some farmers say that without urea, it is not possible to produce enough. We are at tug of war between producing more and going organic. There are problems which are discouraging the farmers from using the chemicals. However, urea is still coming into the country. 7.5 20,000 metric tons of urea fertilizer procured by the government from Bangladesh has arrived at Calcutta port. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. 7,500 metric tons of urea fertilizer procured by the government from Bangladesh has arrived at Calcutta port. Of the 20,000 metric tons of fertilizer brought from Bangladesh in the first batch, only 7,000 metric tons has arrived in Calcutta. The packaging of the arrived fertilizer has been started. Agriculture Material Company Limited has a plan to dump 20,000 metric tons of fertilizer brought from Bangladesh in Biratnagar, Birganj, and Vairava. According to the company, rest of the fertilizer has been loaded on the ship. Netra Bhandari, chief of Krishi Samagri Company Limited, said that the fertilizer would reach Nepal in a few days. The government of Nepal had signed a G2G agreement with the government of Bangladesh for the purchase of 50,000 metric tons of urea fertilizer. After the news report, let us now talk about token distribution to the farmers. Token system has been implemented to distribute agriculture machinery. The farmers of Nepal have heavy workload due to the fact that there is primitive agriculture practice in the mountains of Nepal. The Nepali government is slowly changing the agriculture scenario with new implementation. Yet the mountains remain in the dark as the terraced fields are not easy to implement the modern equipment. We need new research on the technology that can be applied in the sloped mountains of Nepal. The workload is too much while the production is little in the mountains of Nepal. The Agriculture Knowledge Center Lalitpur has distributed tokens to 200 farmers for the service of purchasing agriculture machinery with 50% grant under the Agriculture Mechanization Promotion Program. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The Agriculture Knowledge Center Lalitpur has distributed tokens to 200 farmers for the service of purchasing agriculture machinery with 50% grant under the Agriculture Mechanization Promotion Program. The center has distributed tokens to the farmers who have applied under the Agriculture Mechanization Promotion Program. Agriculture Knowledge Center Lalitpur has distributed tokens for purchasing agriculture implements at 50% under the Agriculture Mechanization Promotion Program. Farmers had to collect the tokens which had been distributed since Fagun 3rd, 2077. Krishna Bhadra Adhikari, chief of Krishi Gyan Kendra Lalitpur, said that 50% of the farmers and unions have so far taken tokens to buy agriculture implements. According to him, most of the farmers have demanded more maize threshing machines, mini tillers, hay cutting machines, sprays, and other implements.
जुन हाम्रो सूचना खुल्छ हैन सूचना खुलेको कुरा हामीले प्रत्येक चाहिँ पालिकामा पनि पठाउँछौं सूचना त्यसपछि गएर हाम्रो वेबसाइट पनि छ वेबसाइट पनि राख्छौं हाम्रो फेसबुक पेज पनि राख्छौं हामीले पर्दा प्रसार गर्छौं त्यो बेलामा उहाँहरु सामान्य छ उहाँहरुको चाहिँ एउटा आवेदन हुन्छ आवेदन दिने र त्यो आवेदन चाहिँ दिने संस्था चाहिँ कस्तो हुनु पर्यो भने चाहिँ प्यान नम्बर प्राप्त हुनु पर्यो अहिले चाहिँ जस्तो निजी फर्म छ भने उसको अलरेडी प्यान लिएको छ अथवा भ्याट लिएको छ भने समस्या भएन हैन आम रूपले किसानको छैन भने उहाँहरुले सहकारीको सिफारिस लिएर आउनुहुन्छ सहकारी मार्फत चाहिँ ल्याउनुहुन्छ उहाँहरुले
9 agriculture equipment suppliers had applied for the distribution and supply of the demanded equipment, out of which 7 companies have been selected.
अरु कार्यक्रम उच्च प्रविधि अनि यो हाइटेक ग्रीन हाउस बनाउने खालको चाहिँ यो जालीदार बनाउने त्यो पनि कार्यक्रम चाहिँ दिएका छ अनुदानको पैसा अलि कम भयो लगानी अलि बढी गर्न पर्यो भनेर त्यो कार्यक्रम अलि अगाडि बढाउन चाहिँ लगभग चाहिँ 32 जना चाहिँ सेवाग्राहीले हामीले दिन पर्नेमा अहिलेसम्म 26 वटा मात्र सम्झौता भएको छ त्यो कार्यक्रम नै अगाडि बढ्दो छ त्यसपछि गएर अहिले हाम्रो कार्यक्रम भएको एउटा ब्लक कार्यक्रम भन्ने छ हैन एउटा पालिकामा एउटा बालीमा एउटा ब्लक कार्यक्रम दिएको त्यसको बजेट चाहिँ 25 लाख रुपैयाँ हो
A budget of 25 million rupees has been allocated for the program. 465 farmers in 3 districts including Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur will be able to purchase agriculture implements with 50% subsidy. After the center opened the application, the farmers and the organizations filled the applications and the farmers are selected and the names are published. The selected farmers then choose from which company they will buy the goods, and then the center gives them tokens. This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. The number of water birds is found to be declining in Nepal according to the latest data. There has been a pesticide management and minimization interaction program organized by Agriculture Development Directorate of Lumbini State. 7,500 metric tons of urea fertilizer procured by the government from Bangladesh has arrived at Calcutta port. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan, Samriddha Krishi, Nepal Kusha.